ladies, I am very excited to be here to share Premier with you all, and I definitely want to thank Miss Tammy for having you all together in her beautiful home. And I always bring something special for my hostesses. Now, Premier's going to load Tammy up on free jewelry, but I like for her to have something special just for me. So I brought her our hostess charm bracelet. Now, this is not in our jewelry line. It's just for having a jewelry show. And each bracelet has 4 charms, and each charm has a meaning. There is a heart, because our people like you all are the heart of our business. There is a ring that represents the beautiful product we sell. There is a crown to represent Premier's royal way of service, and a cross because Premier is rooted in biblical principles. So I brought this for you.
Well, thank you.
You are so welcome. I appreciate you. All right, ladies. Well, I introduced myself to all of you as you came in and was playing in the jewelry this evening. But my name is Greta Quesenberry, and I've been with Premier a little over 6 years, and I'm going to tell you more about that as we go through today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play a game. But how many of you are new to Premier Designs? This is the first time you've heard of Premier. Okay, so a couple, 3 of you. So I run into that quite a bit. So we're going to play a game called Flattery Feud. And the way we play that is every time I flip over a page, there's going to be a new letter. And the first person to say something nice about Tammy that begins with that letter gets a ticket for the door prize. Now, she is in charge of the tickets. So unless you're saying something nice, you might not get a ticket. All right, do y'all want to know what you could win with those tickets?
Oh, yes.
All right, well, our Keep It Personal necklace is one of our top selling pieces, and it comes in a long chain and a short chain. The charms are sold separately, but they're a great way to personalize the chain. So whoever wins the door prize tonight can choose if she wants the short chain or the long chain. And I'm going to put that on your order free of charge. And if you want to purchase chain or charms, you can do that. Okay?
Okay.
Y'all excited about that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's get ready for our first letter. Now remember, it's the first one to say something nice about Tammy. And that first letter is W.
Wonderful.
Oh.
You made it easy. You're right here.
So W is for watch. I want you ladies to watch what I do tonight. Everything I'm saying to you is written right here in front of me. It is not rocket science. There are 4 types of women that Premier is attracting right now. There's a stay-at-home mom who wants to continue staying at home with her children. There's a woman who has a job that she loves. She just needs some extra money. There's a woman who has a job that she hates. Do you know the average American woman can replace her full-time income just doing 2 jewelry shows a week? And there's the woman who is retired or getting ready to retire, and she needs some extra money, but she really doesn't want to go back to work. So if you have any interest in hearing more about the Premier opportunity for yourself or maybe someone that you know, I would love to tell you more after we're finished. And I do come with a no stalker guarantee, I promise. Okay, y'all ready for the next letter? That is P.
Pretty.
Hand it to her.
Sure.
Well, P is for Premier. And I know some of you are new to Premier, but actually Premier was founded in 1985, so we've been around for over 30 years. It was founded on the biblical principles of honoring God and serving people. Premier is a privately owned, debt-free company. And Premier is a high-fashion jewelry company. And high-fashion jewelry isn't fine heirloom jewelry, but it isn't costume jewelry. High-fashion jewelry has to have a certain percentage of precious metal within its pieces, and Premier has the highest standards in the industry. Tammy, I love your cap.
Oh, thank you. She's very sweet.
All right, so our next letter is G.
Gorgeous.
Oh, that was a nice one.
Thank you.
So G is for our golden guarantee. And every piece that Premier sells has a great guarantee. So within the first 60 days of purchase, Premier will replace an item with a manufacturing defect at no charge. After 60 days, Premier will replace an item with a manufacturing defect for $5 plus tax. Proof of purchase is required, so hold on to your receipts, and normal wear and tear is excluded. Now, you do need to take care of your jewelry. Without proper care, it will show signs of wear and tear more quickly. High fashion jewelry isn't made to be worn 24 hours a day, every day. Remember the 6 S's. Don't swim, sleep, shower, sweat, store your jewelry in the bathroom, or spray hairspray or perfume on while you're wearing your jewelry. All right, so you ready for the next one? F.
Fun.
She is fun. All right, so ladies, F is for fashion. So this is where I'm going to give you a little folder, and there's actually a wish list inside. Let me show you what that looks like. So you can open that up, and right here you'll see your customer receipt. So this customer receipt is also going to be your wish list. So when you see a piece that I show that you like, just write the name of it down here. It doesn't mean that you have to purchase it. We'll circle the pieces that you want to order. But this just will be a good reminder when you go to shop after the show of what you like. And Tammy will give you a good start for your free and half price. You're welcome. Okay, well, ladies, I like to show jewelry on just basic t-shirts because I want you all to see that you don't have to go buy a new wardrobe to update it. You can update it with your jewelry. So we've already talked about the Keep It Personal chains, and just to show you a little bit, I have the Keep It Personal charm set on this shorter one, and it has the charm and the bead. And I have on this one, I've got it personalized. I have a Q for my last name, Quesenberry, the name of our family. I have all our birthstones on there, and then a cross because Christ is the center of our family. So I love this one because I can throw it on and run to the soccer field for a game, or maybe if I have to run out to the grocery store, and I'll have something on, and it's very special. Now, on the other side of this black t-shirt, because I'm sure all of you have a black shirt at home, I want to show you our short notice chains. And I don't know if you've noticed, but mixing metals is a really big trend right now. A lot of our pieces have different colored metals in just one piece. So here the short notice chains actually come together. So you pay one price, you get 2 necklaces. And then we have a great sturdy silver and then a matte gold. So you get the silver and the gold. They look great together, or of course you can wear them separately. You can wear just the silver, just the gold. You'll notice a lot of our necklaces have extenders on them. So if you like a little more length, you can just let that out. And a lot of our extenders are removable. So if you have, 2 Premier necklaces with removable extenders, and you want to put those extenders together to make even more length, you can do that. So there's the silver chain with it let out. Now, I love to show these with our second act pendants. And you ladies are going to love the versatility of the second act pendant. See how it has that beautiful matte gold on that side, which matches the matte gold on this short notice, but the other side is silver. So you get the gold and the silver. But wait, there's more. You ready? It comes with removable magnets in the center. So let's say we want to mix those metals. We just switch those 2, and then you have the gold in the center, and then you have the silver in the center. But Premier even gave us more options, because with this set comes 2 additional magnets that add some color. First, let me show you this piece on the necklace. most of our pendants are magnetic like that, and they just open up. So you can easily put them on a thick chain like this. Isn't that beautiful? And that makes a statement. Anytime we make a statement up around our face, that's where all the attention goes. So, you know, up to our eyes and away from our thighs, and up to our lips and away from our hips. Just wear bigger pieces up here. Statement necklaces or bigger earrings. So that is a freebie. Now, I'm going to show you one of the colors. So I'm taking out the gold there, and I'm going to put in this really pretty amethyst color. So you got a great purple right there, just beautiful. Now let's look at this on the gold chain. So there it is, mixing the metal with the gold. But then we have this great pink color that looks beautiful with the gold. And this blush color is a very, very popular color this year. All right, ladies, well that's the second act. I want to show you one more thing, one more t-shirt. And that is just a neutral color. I guess you would call this tan. And the first one I want to show you is our English rose necklace. And it is absolutely stunning. Again, another statement piece. These are a lot of strands. Some people are fine with this. Sometimes for some it's a little bit much. Well, the great thing is that this necklace comes completely apart to give you more versatility. So what we can do, every single one of the beaded strands come off. So you can wear each one of those individually. You can wear two together. You can wear all three, whatever combination that you want. So we can take those off, but look what you have left there. That beautiful rose gold that's left. Now here I have these sienna earring, or these are rings, that come in a set of 5, and they also in that very popular rose gold finish. Now, the English rose necklace can be worn long, and all you do is open it up, take whatever strands you want to put behind your neck. It could be the chain, it could be one of the strands of beads, and wear that necklace long. And you guys will see this extender here can be removed, so you don't have to have it dangling there unless you want to. Again, you can remove the beads and just wear the chain if you want. So you get a lot of versatility with the English rose necklace. Now, another thing that I want to show you, and with this is our bombshell piece. And with that, we have our bands of gold bracelets. You get all 4 of these. So you have these really pretty gold pieces, but you have this hint of mint green here. So add a little bit of color to your wrist. Our wrists are the smallest part of our body, so we really want to accentuate those, don't we? Draw attention to that. Now, the bombshell has those beautiful crystals on it. You can flip it if you don't want to show the crystals and show more of a matte gold finish. And you'll notice this technique on a lot of Premier's necklaces. They'll have this double lobster claw clasp, and that really helps you customize your look. Because all you have to do is take it loose and hook it to the opposite side, wherever you want. So really short, mid-length, whatever, and see how much shorter that makes that bombshell necklace. So a lot of versatility there with that. And also the bombshell, and I'm doing thinning techniques because usually as women that's what we look to do. The bombshell necklace, see how it kind of drapes in a V shape? And when you do that, anytime you wear a V shape, it brings the eye inward, which also gives you more of a slimmer look. All right, what y'all think of that jewelry?
Very beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, we're gonna get back to our game. And the next letter is H.
Happy.
Aw. So H is for hostess plan. And ladies, you will not find a better hostess plan in the industry. Nothing compares to what Premier gives our hostesses free and half price. All right, so Pam, could you help me please?
Sure.
All you have to do is this.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to ask you to hold this board for me.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you, on average, ladies, what our hostesses get free and half price. All right, so all of our hostesses get 30% of their total sales in free jewelry. And you only have to sell $100. That's it to qualify.
Amazing.
Yep. So 30% of the average jewelry show, though, is usually around 6 boxes of jewelry for free.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot.
There's more. You can get up to 8 pieces at half price. Even with that $100 show we talked about, you can get 4. Premier will give you 4. But with the average jewelry show, you can get 8 pieces.
A lot of boxes.
It is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, you can also earn more free by earning 2 $50 bonuses. So that's another $100 in Premier jewelry.
Wow.
So we're going to add a couple more boxes. All right. But there is more. If you purchase your half price items, those are optional, but if you purchase them, Premier's going to give you 30% of whatever you spent back in free jewelry. So usually it ends up being 2 or 3 more boxes of Premier jewelry. Does that look like a lot of jewelry?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Pam, your job's not over. Could you please let everybody get 1 box?
Just so they don't try to play Jenga with
Yeah, don't play Jenga. Do not open your box yet. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna grab it so you can get one.
Okay.
Okay, so how many of you have seen the game show Deal or No Deal? I said, okay. We're going to play a version of that. In your cases, you each have a number that represents door prize tickets. I'm going to ask you the question, deal or double deal, because that sounds better, right? If you say deal, that means that you will receive the number of tickets written in your box. It also means that you'll pick a date on my calendar that you will have me over to host a fun fashion show with you and your friends. That date can be any time in the next 3 months. Okay, so it says deal, schedule a get together with me in the next 3 months. And you get those tickets. Do y'all know, if you say double deal, I'm going to double the amount of door prize tickets that you get for that Keep It Personal chain. And if you double deal, you're going to pick a date on my calendar for that fun fashion show in the next 30 days. All right, does everybody understand? All right. So, Jennifer, I'm going to come to you. Deal or double deal?
I am going to double deal.
Awesome. All right, let's see how many tickets you get.
5.
5. So you get 10 tickets. All right, so Miss Tammy's going to get those for you. This is the hardest part of being a hostess. Handing out tickets.
Thank you.
All right, now Debbie, I'm going to come to you. Deal or double deal?
Can I just say no deal?
Well, you can, but you know what? I'm going to give you time. You didn't have a chance to play at the jewelry table, so you just hold on to that box for now, and you might change your mind later. Now, I'm going to go to Tammy, and you all might think, why are you going to Tammy? She's just having a jewelry show. But about 90% of my hostesses rebook another jewelry show for a different jewelry season. So, Tammy, deal or double deal?
I'll deal since I'm having this tonight.
Awesome.
So I will deal.
Okay, we're not going to give you any tickets because
Okay.
you're going to get lots of free jewelry.
Okay.
But just for fun, you would have gotten 10 tickets.
It's lunch.
But you are the grand prize winner anyway, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, Pam, I'm gonna come to you. Deal or double deal?
I think I'll deal, 'cause I don't know if I can do anything within the next 30
Okay,
days.
that's fine. Let's see how many tickets you have.
3.
3 tickets. All right, it only takes 1 to win, right?
That's right. You're only gonna draw one out, right?
Yep.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, ladies, you all hold on to those, and then when we're finished, we'll get you on my calendar. All right, so our next letter is M.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Whoops.
I'll get it.
I get it for you. All right, ladies, M is for money. And I just want to, I'm going to share with you how Premier Jewelers make money, but I want to tell you a little bit of background on me and why I started Premier. So in 2009, we had a lot of extra medical bills that we needed to have paid, and we, at that time, did not have any extra income to pay those. I was very busy, like I'm sure most of you all are. My husband worked full-time, I worked full-time. I had a part-time job as a fitness instructor that I worked every morning before I went to work. Our son was 6 months old and our daughter was 5. So I didn't have a lot of extra time, but I saw an opportunity with Premier. Even though I said I would never ever do direct sales, it was not something for me. But I saw the opportunity to make that money quickly. I was only going to do it for a few months because I was so busy. However, I was floored at how quickly those medical bills were paid, and in just 8 months, I was replacing my full-time income. So I had dreamed of being at home with our children since our daughter had been born, but financially we weren't able to do that. But Premier has allowed me to, after I started replacing that income, a few months after that, I quit my full-time job. That's been almost 5 years ago, and I absolutely love what I do. We make quite a bit more money than we did before, and I work a fraction of the hours. So that's just a background on me with Premier. Raise your hand if you know someone who could use extra money. Yeah, we all know someone. Now keep your hand up if you feel busy most days. All right, so Debbie and Jennifer, would you mind to come up here just to help me, please? So Jennifer, if you want to stand here, and Debbie, if you don't mind to stand there. Okay, so would everybody agree that an extra $10,000 a year would be nice?
Yes.
Okay, what would you all do with an extra $10,000 a year?
Vacation.
Vacation,
Pay off bills.
pay off bills.
Well, bills.
You pay off bills,
Travel.
travel, awesome. Well, $10,000 a year is about $200 a week. So we're gonna pretend that both of you have set out to make that $200 per week. All right, so Debbie, you're gonna be a Premier Designs jeweler. And let's say you've picked Monday to work. You're not much going on at home on Mondays. It works best for your family. And do you know that you have no quotas with Premier? So you can work when and how much you want. Also, you make half of all your full price sales. So you go do your jewelry show on Monday, you have about 3 to 4 hours invested with travel time, and you hold an average jewelry show. You make $200 from an average jewelry show, and you get paid right then.
Nice.
Okay. All right, Jennifer, you have decided you're going to get a part-time job at a local department store. Where do you like to shop?
Belk.
Belk. Okay. So Belk is going to pay you $10 an hour.
Okay.
All right. Let's make your $200. Okay.
Okay.
So you go Monday. You work your 4 hours. That's part-time work. Are you finished yet?
No.
No. She finished hers on Monday. So you're not finished. Okay.
No.
What about Tuesday for 4 hours? Would you be finished?
No.
No. Actually, you would have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all 4-hour shifts, and 20 hours in all for the week. Now you're all done.
Okay.
Are you tired?
I'm pretty tired.
Tired. Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies, did you all make the same amount of money?
Yes.
Yes. Did you have the same amount of hours invested in that 200?
No.
No. Debbie, do you remember how many you had?
3 to 4.
3 to 4. Do you remember yours, Jennifer?
20.
20. So many families need extra income these days, but our time is so valuable. Premier can make a real difference in your finances without taking a lot of your precious time. All right, thank you, ladies. You did an awesome job. All right, we only have one more letter left, but I want to show you one thing before we go to that letter. If you will open up your folder, and you'll see this sheet here. And it actually says my first 10 jewelry shows. So I looked back over 6 years ago when I did my first 10 shows to show you all what you can make right out of the bat with Premier. And there's a lot of numbers there. I'm not going to make you look at all of them, but you'll see averages in the center. My average jewelry show for my first 10, the retail sales was $536. The average free jewelry for my hostesses was $218. So those of you that did the deal or the double deal, my average earnings per show was around $253, which comes out to $63 an hour. So that was right out of the gate when I started with Premier. So like I said, if you have any interest in hearing more for yourself or maybe someone that you know, I would love to give you that information when we're finished. Okay, are you all ready for the last one?
Yes.
Last letter? All right, and that goes to, or no, D, letter D.
Darling.
Should be darling.
Pam, you're racking it up, girl.
I want that necklace.
So D is for door prize. And I'm going to actually give you guys each a chance to get another door prize ticket before we draw. And that's just for filling out this customer profile. It's behind your receipt, your wish list there. So if you don't mind to pull that out. Now don't worry about the top just yet. Everybody look at number 1 with me. It says, please notify me of sales and specials. So when I have special sales or anything that's going on great with Premier, if you want to be notified of that, just check that box. Number 2 says, I want free jewelry. So if you kept your box during deal or double deal, just check that. And Pam, you did deal, so and Tammy, you did as well. So if you'll write, it says, let's schedule in the month of blank.
Okay.
So if you'll write what month you were thinking over those next 3.
Okay.
Number 3 says Premier is a fun way to make extra money or to start a new career. With no quotas, it can fit any busy life. And it says, I'm curious to hear more. That does not say, sign me up today. It just says, I'd like some information to see if this would work for me. And number 4 says, should my hostess, who's Miss Tammy, ever decide to join Premier, I will host a show to help her get started. All right, ladies, so if you'll finish those questions and fill out the top, I'm going to collect those. I'm going to ask Tammy to give you one more ticket before we get started. Or before we draw. You can just hold those up for me when you're done, and I'll take them. Okay. Thank you so much. You. Thank you. All right. Ladies, I'm going to draw for the door prize. I'm going to give you a catalog in just a second. You guys are welcome. I'd love for you to go back to the jewelry table, try on the jewelry. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Tammy, I'm going to let you pick a ticket.
Okay.
See who wins that keep it personal chain.
Okay, the number is 2944306.
Okay, Jennifer, so we will add that chain to your order. I'll show you where it is in the catalog, and then you can let me know if you want the short one or the long one.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies, thank you so much for your attention. I'm going to grab my calendar when after I give these out, and we're going to get those shows on there while you're shopping. You're welcome. Okay. Now, Jennifer, you said double deal. So would a weekend or a weeknight work better for you in March?
Weekend.
A weekend? Okay, well, I work on one Saturday a month, so we could do a 1 o'clock or a 7 o'clock show on the 5th. Does that work for you?
Yeah, 1 o'clock is better.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put you down for that.
All right.
And then I'll set up a time when we can meet later and I can give you all your hostess materials and get you started off in a great show.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, Pam, for your jewelry show, you did deal. So were you thinking April or May?
April, I think. will
April?
work good.
Okay, would a weeknight or a weekend work better for
A
you?
weeknight.
Weeknight, okay. Well, I work on Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Which would work better for you?
Probably a Monday.
A Monday, okay. I have the 11th and I have the 18th.
The 18th.
Okay, great. Would you like to do 6:30 or 7?
Let's do 6:30.
Okay, great. And just like I told Jennifer, we'll set up a time soon where we'll sit down and I'll show you, get you all your materials and show you how to do a great show.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
awesome.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Debbie, I know you had a long wish list there, and even though you said no deal, what do you think about just getting a couple friends over for coffee?
Well, my house is really small and I don't have a lot of room
I
in
understand.
my house.
I will tell you though, I've done a lot of jewelry shows, Debbie, and the smaller space actually sometimes is better. It's cozier, and if you don't have a lot of people there, it still makes it seem like a big gathering.
Well, my daughters also play basketball, so right now with practice and games, it's kind of not the best
Right, I
time
understand.
to do that.
Our kids take up a lot with sports.
They do.
Okay, well, when is basketball season over?
I think they'll be finished the middle of March.
Middle of March. Okay, so what about maybe a weeknight after work in April? Would that work for you?
That should work.
Okay, awesome. Would a Monday or a Thursday work better?
Probably a Thursday.
Okay, well, I have the 21st and the 28th open.
Let's do the 28th.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna write you down.
Okay.
And ladies, I don't know, I didn't mention this, but Tammy gets a $50 jewelry bonus with 3 bookings. And we have 1, 2, 3. So thank you all, and I'll set up a time before you leave, or we can meet later, and I get you all your materials.
Okay. Sounds good.
Now, Tammy, for your next show, were you wanting to do after the summer? The fall line comes out in the summer.
That would be great.
All right, that comes out in the middle of July, and I know my hostesses love to be like one of the first ones to see it. So, would a weekend or a weeknight work better for you?
Probably a weekend.
Okay. I work on one Saturday a month, so I'm working on the 23rd. So would a 1 o'clock or a 7 o'clock show work better?
7 o'clock show.
Great. Awesome. That'll be exciting. You'll be one of the first ones that gets to see
Oh,
us.
good.
Great.
Great.
All right, ladies. Well, I'm going to set up in the kitchen for checkout, so I will be ready when you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.